Hi there. Happy Saturday to you, those that are kind of catching this in real time. I thought I would jump on here to show you what I created pretty quickly as far as crocheted in the past couple evenings at home. I am an art teacher by day, so maybe sometimes that explains why my color palette on my channel or in my Etsy shop is a little all over the place, because if there's anything that I have a hard time doing, it is sticking to a, what do they tend to call it? Not a palette, I'm thinking more but like a brand. A lot of times they're like, you should have like brand colors and things like that, but I'm sorry, I just love color too much, so I like to create different things with it. As far as crochet, when I see yarn that just looks fun and pretty, I have to give it a shot. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. But this yarn right here that I was going to show you today is by Premier, and this is their obviously Bloom Chunky Big, and the name of this color is Wildflower. Okay, so you really kind of get an idea. This is in one single large granny square style, and like I typically do, I added on the pom-pom trim or border around the edge. I did not make this. Measure. Yes, I did make this. I did not measure it. My guesstimate is it's about 42 to 44 inches square. I made another in Bloom Chunky, and it's that as well, and I used 2, and I should have weighed this. Look at me, not very prepared, huh? I have a little more than half left, so I used 2 skeins, and then this is the 3rd skein, and this is what is left. And since I will be popping this in my Etsy shop, at least I think, sometimes, you know, I'm sure as a maker, many of you feel this way, where you create something and you're like, oh, I really like that. But how many more of whatever it is you've created do I really need? And I am on this fix lately with making blankets, because I don't know, there's something really sweet, right? And just comfortable about having a favorite blanket, or a blanket that you love sitting by you on the couch in the evening when you're watching a show, or, you know, something like that. But especially for kiddos. My daughter likes blankets I make, and of course she saw this color wave in this one and was like, oh, is that for me? But a good thing is, as makers, we can indeed make our own, right? Now I will, let me see here, will this stay? I will show you here another one that I found in the Premier Bloom Chunky that I'm gonna try. Now they only had one. I actually snagged these at Walmart. I don't often get my yarn from there. It's not necessarily my go-to, like say Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's used to be. But sometimes, you know, especially when they're the brands that you're familiar with, doesn't really matter, right? Because you know the quality that you're getting, you already know the feel of them. But when I was in there the other day, I saw this, and it was the only lonely one left. So now I'm gonna have to hunt down, this is Hydrangea. Hunt down more skeins of this if I really want to make something like a blanket. A blanket, because again, that's kind of what I've been doing lately. Blankets. So that, just to show you what this looks like, and this gives you an idea, even though it's obviously smaller now, but what the Premier Big and Chunky Wildflower looks like when you turn it into a large granny square. Now on the front, actually, it shows this picture. So obviously, whatever we use to make, whatever we turn the yarn skeins into, obviously, changes as far as what the overall look is, especially when they give you the little suggestions on these. I used a 9mm hook size, and then for the trim I used a 6 for the pom-poms. You definitely, I couldn't find that I could use a large one for these. It just made them too loose. So I definitely switched over to a 6, and I think they turned out really cute. It's such a fun, more whimsical type of border to add to your blankets. Okay, that's all I have here today. I really hope you enjoyed kind of seeing this Premier chunky bloom worked up in a blanket. And I thank you for being here, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Have a very, very blessed and nice weekend, and happy crocheting. Bye.